Mama Helen and You with Dr. Helen Jaffor, showing every day at 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
I address the storms of your life. Peace, be still.
Whatsoever is dead in your life tonight, God will revive it.
I say to the spirit behind it, enough is enough.
Experience the raw power of God, the hour of deliverance with Papa Ayo and Mama Helen Jaffor, showing every day at these times on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
And now, your host, Mama Helen Jaffor.
Well. This is Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today. I am already excited by what we're going to be experiencing today because during our last episode, it was all about women. But today we decided to make it a man thing. Okay? Isn't that awesome? Isn't that excited? I can't even wait to have all these men out there just reaching out to us because it's also a phone-in program as well. Well, a November 2019 report by the Pan-African Health Organization shows that societal expectations contribute to higher rates of suicide, homicide, addictions, and road traffic accidents, as well as chronic non-communicable diseases amongst men. Historically, men were taught to be tough starting from childhood. They were trained to suppress their emotion, to act tough and hide their weaknesses in order to look good. In fact, some men felt admitting to emotional problems was a sign of weakness. They preferred to bottle up their feelings and go on with life instead of expressing themselves or seeking help at any time. Today, the unyielding notion of what makes a real man is putting a strain on men. You've got to have a house, a nice car, a family with kids, and a good job as well. But many think these expectations are difficult to live up to and are far from real life experience. On today's episode of Mama Helen and You, we will be dwelling on effects of societal pressure on men. You don't want to miss this at all. And by the way, just in case if you're just joining in, I have a question out for you. Now hear this. Anyone who is able to get the answer, I'm talking about the men now, from the ages of 18 and above, if you're able to give an answer to this question, then you're going to be getting a 10,000 credit on your phone. And the second person is going to get 5,000, and the consolation, okay, now goes down. So you don't want to miss Mama Helen and You because it promises to be wonderful. Back in a moment. It is still Mama Helen and You.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching
because Mama Helen and you. I'm telling you.
We love people hugging us. So this helps the body to feel safe.
We are all leaders in our own right.
Who says you can't even find someone who will love you better?
Makes you focus, drives you. It shows you an agenda.
That's right.
Awesome! Mama Helen and You with Dr. Helen Jaffor, showing every day at 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
We must go back to the fundamentals and the basics and start to teach people hard work.
You could prepare something like this for your family as well.
So now that I've learned the process, let me enjoy the process.
If you are not at the table taking decision, then you will be the menu on the table.
One of the ways you can actually see opportunities when you begin to see problems.
Arise Africa, showing live Fridays 10 a.m. with repeat broadcast on Saturdays 9 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network. Let God Arise 2021. Speakers: Reverend Dr. Ini Akpan, Reverend Sam Osaga, Bishop Abraham Chigbudu, Apostle Joshua Talina, Reverend Donna Dunze Jr., Reverend Tim Basha, Reverend Innocent Ogbe, and Reverend Mike Akindapo. From the 1st of August to 31st of August 2021, 4:30 p.m. weekdays, Sundays, first service 7 a.m., second service 9 a.m. Chief host Papa Ayo and Mama Helen Orisha Jaffor. Happening at Wordfly Bible Church, the International Gospel Center at Jamimoga Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. You don't want to miss this. Let God Arise 2021.
Today is going to be all about the Word of God.
Welcome to another episode of Soul Connect.
That you will set the captives free because the anointing is on you and you'll be a Holy Ghost troublemaker.
Because when you hear something and you say something and you'll do something, you'll receive something.
God can transition you to a place of influence and impact by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Join us on Soul Connect on the African Broadcasting Network, showing live every Thursday at 6 p.m. West African time.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting word. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting word. It's your time to receive.
Well, this is still Mama Helen and You, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today. I am extremely excited. Well, this is the time for you to start pressing your share button. You want to get in touch with your friends, your family members, what have you, and let them know that Mama Helen and You is actually on right now. And you don't want to mix any bit of it, I am telling you. So, when we started the program, I did say that a 10,000 naira is going to be given to the winner of today's question that I'm about to post out to you out there. And what will be the question? I just need you to help me complete a word. And if you're able to get the right answer, you know, you will go home with a 10,000 credit on your phone. Literally, I'm telling you. Okay? 10,000 naira on your phone. All right. What will be the question? The question is, can you help me complete K-high? K-high. Again, K-high. You have to be 18 years old to be able to participate in this competition. I can't wait to hear what you all have to say. K-high, complete the word for me. Oh, you know, I can't wait. Who is going to win it? Who's going to win the 10,000? We have also consolation prizes as well that you'll be able to also derive from. Societal pressures are the combined pressures that men face in their everyday life. And it is almost tiring to be a man. Men are literally struggling to survive. And that's the more reason why we've decided to choose today to dwell on those pressures and see how men can walk out gallantly out of this. It is all encompassing. Men are seen as breadwinners or protectors. They face pressures from family, peers, the workplace, neighborhood, media, telling them what a man should be or do. In fact, the pressure is pressure everywhere. So they need support to resist these pressures and to realize their full potential, to be true to themselves and take steps to happiness and fulfillment in life. So this is why we've decided to make the Mama Helen and You show today for the men out there, so they know that we truly and really care for you. We want the best out of your life. With me on Mama Helen and You today are two wonderful people that I believe without a shadow of doubt will be able to provide solutions to some of these things that we're looking at today. First and foremost, they will help us to analyze all the challenges the men are facing to be men. And then later on, we'll be able to provide solutions. So you don't want to miss it. Okay. On my first right is no other person than Orishe Weyemi Afolabi. She's an AGPICP, Delta State Province 1, Redeemed Christian Church of God. It's such a pleasure having you on set today. Good. God bless you. And then, of course, next to him as well, next to her rather, is no other person than Pastor Raphael Olusegun. Pastor Raphael Olusegun, I believe, also is from Redeem. This is a wonderful day. You know, I mean, you know, the beauty of Christianity is that we're all simply in one boat.
Yes, ma'am.
And together we get to heaven.
Amen.
You know, someday.
Amen.
In Jesus' name. So it's such a pleasure to have you on set today.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. The question of today. What is societal pressure? Do you want to take it up?
Yeah. Thank you very much for this time given to me to attend this program. Well, in our world today, we'll find out that people go through a lot of pressure, especially men. And we'll say that societal pressure is a mental strain men go through because of expectations from
pressure in itself is force,
yes,
right?
Yes. Expectations from others,
yes,
themselves to perform exceedingly well in all spheres of life.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so very much indeed. What about you, Pastor?
I will just add to what my co-discussant has said, that it is the use of coercion, the use of persuasion to make somebody do ordinarily what
they're
is
not caught out for
them.
Possibly.
Yes.
They're not caught out for it,
Yes.
so they're forced to do so. And then, of course, the aspect of societal aspect of it, rather, is the fact that they are asked to do the not what is considered as the norm. As the norm. Wonderful. I don't know. Maybe you have your own answer to this as well, so you can let us know. But the long short of this is that men are constantly put under pressure. Yes. They're asked to man up.
Yes.
Be a man. Be a man. What is expected of a man in today's society, for example?
In today's society, it is expected that the man should be strong, bold, aggressive, and he should be able to face up to any situation that comes across him.
Well, she's a lady, Okay, she must have studied men enough to be able to provide answer to this, or probably she studied it as well. But you're a man. What do you have to say concerning that?
Well, in today's world, probably I would say men, we should know who is even a man to be able to know what is expected of a man. But if we are...
we're looking at the societal aspect of it now.
The society is expecting too much from a man. In the home front, within the family, within the friends, within every area, men is expected to lead, men is expected to protect, men is expected to provide. So the prayer is killing for men.
Okay, so what are some of the most common social pressure men experience in their lives then? What are the things? I know that yes, men are expected to, to be providers. They're supposed to provide for their homes. They are breadwinners, as it were. They're supposed to do their very best to protect, the family, to be out there defending their homes and providing leadership and all that. But amongst all that, what are the things also expected of men?
Men is expected to be seen everywhere.
To be tough.
To be tough. Men is expected
They're supposed to be tough.
Even
to hide their emotion.
Exactly. Even what you are not able to carry, you are expected to carry. Where you are expected to...
men climb the tree.
Exactly. Where you are expected to,
and the tomboys. And the tomboys, we have the tomboys as well. So when they see men climbing trees, the tomboys also want to say, I want to put on trousers and climb.
Even when you feel you should be crying some issue, because you are a man, you are expected to suppress and behave like a man. And internally, you are dying. Exactly. So
you're supposed to be tough.
Internally, you are dying, but that is when society see you as being a man.
A man once, shared something with us. I think it was in a congregation or something. And he said there was a particular day the wife was having an altercation, in an area. And so while that was going on, all that, it seemed to look as though as if the people who were engaging her seems to be having an up on her, because she was just one against about 3 people. And so when the husband showed up, then she shouted and said, hey, my husband is here now. He's going to beat nonsense out of you. Exactly. The man said that his heart started panting.
Yes, now
but he has to show that he can actually take on the 3 people that were after his wife. What do you have to say concerning that?
Well, concerning that issue, I think the man...
Isn't it expected of the men to be tough, even when on the inside they are very soft, like a jelly?
Yes, that is expected of the man. But in actuality, he might not be as strong as what is expected. So it is necessary for him to be who he is.
Yes, I know. But, we're just looking at some of those things, that tends to make men be men, because as it were, this is what seems to be put on them. It's a role that they have to play, okay? And what comes to mind immediately is that in every home there's a woman that produces a man, right? Yes. So when a man and a woman, are in the same home, and the mother tells the boy, you're a man. You're not even supposed to be the one sweeping. The sister's supposed to sweep. But you're supposed to go and cut the grass. You're not, no. Why are you crying? Be a man.
A man is not expected to cry.
A man is not expected to cry. Yeah. And so when he starts crying, and the mothers, the mothers are literally on their boys saying, no, you're not supposed to cry. You're supposed to hide the way you feel and all that. What do you think about that as a man?
Actually, from home, men has been indoctrinated into this mental thinking that they are superior to women. And for that reason, whatsoever that is to come to the woman, you must stand.
So can we then say that mothers are guilty? Which will lead me to the next question. What are the causes of societal pressure on men?
There are so many causes in trying to meet up at home, in trying to be a man. All these.
Let's look at the root.
Okay.
The root cause of this. Because you see, that will go a long way in liberating our men.
Ma, if we are to go to the root cause, I would say it started in the creation.
Okay.
It started with creation. The Lord said, let us make man in our own image and after our likeness.
Yes.
Let him have dominion to rule.
And maybe I would have to take exception to that. Because that men dead, it's a compound word. It isn't only just for the male folk.
Yes,
Can I say that? Is that good to say
yes,
that?
Ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. You see, when God created man, which at that time,
yes,
they are both male and female.
Yes. Originally it started with Adam. Exactly. I understand where you're going anyway. I was only just trying to prove your faith, but not the law. To also correct the fact that when Bible sometimes refers to men in the Bible, it's dual.
Yes, it's dual.
It's dual. Anyway, let's look at this. So, the root cause. You're a woman, okay? You're married, so I can see the wedding band. Yeah. Have you a man in the house, apart from your husband? I use that intentionally. Have you a son? Do you have?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, so you have them as a brother?
Yes.
As an uncle?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I think that's good enough. Yes. That's good enough for that. Okay, so the question here is, okay, we all complain about how our men seem to have turned up. Turned up rather. How our men seem to have turned up. And we nag about it, we complain about it, we feel terrible about it. But don't you think that as a woman, we might have contributed somehow?
We did contribute a great deal because history have taught us to differentiate between men and women. For example, when you talk about chores at home, it is expected that the man should not do such just for the girls or for the girl child, which is not appropriate. You train the child, both of them, equally. That way, you are raising them to be responsible in future. But when you allow one party, because you feel he's a man, he should not do such things, you allow him, you pamper him, you give him all the care.
So he can misbehave, but ladies are not supposed to
misbehave.
Because then we said you are not going to bring pregnancy home, but she's going to, right?
Exactly.
So we start creating also, some of these situations amongst the male and female folk. Okay, so what do you have to say concerning that, Pastor, as well?
Just like I was about to say the other time, the home, the mother, the father, put so much expectation on the man-child because we are like, from creation, has been seen to be like that, and that we are to rule, we are to do this, we are to do that. So, but that man that God created, which is male and female before the female was taken out of him, was the image and likeness of God. So to now be a man, like my concept of a man is in 3 levels. The man, according to law, 18 years. The man that may even be less than 18, but is already carrying responsibility. And the man that is defined by God, the man in the image and likeness of God.
Okay, so would you want to also submit to the fact that women must have played one role or the other?
Definitely.
In shaping
definitely.
Some of these men.
Not only women, man.
Okay,
including men.
Including men as well. Fantastic.
Including men.
Then the next question is, does the pressure to man up have negative impact on young boys and men?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
For example, it leads to aggression.
It leads to, I love that. So they become very aggressive because they need to
aggressive because they need
violent
and violent. They don't have other ways to express themselves except being aggressive. And then when they're aggressive, they tend to be called men. So if you don't have that aggressive tendency, you are looked like or looked down upon as a woman. You are too meek, you are too gentle. But when you are aggressive and you are tough-minded, you don't express emotions at all. Even when you are down inside of you, you just tough it up and you are facing everything. And that makes you to be a man. And everybody is saying, yes, that is correct. But meanwhile, it is
the
not
man
healthy.
is dying.
Dying.
Oh my God, the man is dying. Well, it has been on Mama Helen and you. Don't go away, okay? Because I'm telling you, this is going to be a blast, okay? Again, like I said, there will be an opportunity, a time when the men will be able to call in and ask questions or probably have something to say regarding to the topic of the day. And then, of course, you would also have the opportunity to win a prize, 10,000 Naira credit on your phone, just for you to be able to complete the word K-High. What is K-I to you? Back in a moment, Mama Helen and you.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting word. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting word. It's your time to receive.
Let God Arise 2021. Speakers: Reverend Dr. Ini Akpon, Reverend Sam Usaga, Bishop Abraham Chibudu, Apostle Joshua Talina, Reverend Donna Dunze Jr., Reverend Tim Basha, Reverend Innocent Ugbe, and Reverend Mike Akindakbo. From the 1st of August to 31st of August 2021, 4:30 p.m. weekdays, Sundays, first service 7 a.m., second service 9 a.m. Chief host Papa Ayo and Mama Helen Rorisha Jackford. Happening at Word of Life Bible Church, the International Gospel Center at Jamimoga Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. You don't want to miss this. Let God Arise 2021.
With the brine, the Belgian imports into Man City have signed a new contract extension with the club, making prediction Chelsea and United. It's Arsenal this weekend and Liverpool.
Zinedine Zidane knows that this is not the best time to talk about Salah. Liverpool have a very important game to play against Real Madrid.
Let him go to Barcelona.
I repeat, Mourinho will never accept.
Now you have so many attacking players in that team.
ABN Sports, showing live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
Are you tired of going through the same thing year in, year out? Is your business or job recording failure? Is your home threatened because of lack of children? Are you tired of being single? Are you tired of life? Your waiting time is over. Your solution awaits you at the Day with the Lord prayer meeting with Mama Helen Orisha Jaffo every Monday at 8:30 a.m. at the International Gospel Center. Don't miss this Monday. See you there.
Always have the church with you 24/7 with the WLBC app. Get all the information you need about Papa Ayu and Mama Helen Orisha Jaffo. Get the Daily Eagles devotional, audio messages of Papa and Mama, live streaming of services, view and post testimonies, get weekly newsletters. Enjoy a yearly Bible tour, the latest news and updates. Give online and lots more. The WLBC app is available on the Google Play Store for free.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Let God Arise 2021. Speakers: Reverend Dr. Ini Akpon, Reverend Sam Usaga, Bishop Abraham Chigbudu, Apostle Joshua Talina, Reverend Donna Dunze Jr., Reverend Ting Basha, Reverend Innocent Ogbe, and Reverend Mike Akindakbo. From the 1st of August to 31st of August 2021, 4:30 p.m. weekdays, Sundays, first service 7 a.m., second service 9 a.m. Chief host Papa Ayo and Mama Helen Orisha Jackford. Happening at Word of Life Bible Church, the International Gospel Center at Jamimoga Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. You don't want to miss this. Let God Arise 2021.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Now, welcome back, viewers. This is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria. Today, I am excited. Are you getting it? Are you been blessed by what you have already listened to or watched, as the case may be? Well, we've actually been dealing on the effects of societal expectation on men, and of course the way out of it, what we need to do. And I want to believe that a man out there is going to live here or wherever you are or after this program very free. Okay, you'll be able to be yourself after all. But before we do that, we have some of our people that went out there on the street asking people questions about what they think about the subject matter of today's Mama Helen and you. So, it is Voice Pop. Are you ready for that? Let's pay attention.
One of the major problems as a man in the society is being able to meet your responsibilities.
A man that is providing for a family and is not able to provide for his family any longer, that should be a very big effect on him.
You see, in the society, a lot of people expect you to do certain basic things, even from your family.
It's to take care of the family, care for the children, their education, feeding.
It boils down to your ability to meet your financial responsibility.
Men are not really pressured to meet up with expectations because it's their normal duty to take care of their family.
It hurts when you are looking for your rent, when you are trying to feed your family, when you are trying to pay fees, when you are trying to meet medical bills. These are great challenges. You cannot run away from them. These are realities of the time.
As a family man, as the head of the house, if you don't pay your bills, you don't take care of your children, you don't take care of your wife, what you are using, what is any way living, you are not making anything out of it. Man, it's a very big effect on you.
You can see the society is very harsh.
Kids are there, your wife is there, and even extended family members are there. They are expecting a lot from you. They want you to really get to a certain point. And if you can't meet these things, you are not a happy man.
You will feel, when I get home, when my children ask for money, what do I give to them? Do you understand? So what will you say you've been doing out there when you've not been able to come home with something reasonable?
Maybe because the way the country is right now, that's why they are finding it difficult to do the needful.
In terms of economy, men do sacrifice their time to rest or go to work.
As a man, you have to take care of a family, and that's what makes you a man.
You are duty bound to begin to explore ways in which you can meet these pressures.
The pressure on men currently is very harsh.
When you see a mate of yours, who is a man and is doing well, and you are not doing well.
In a society like you cannot see everyone be hungry.
There are others that are making this so easy for themselves, and you begin to wonder what is going on.
You can see all over places today, things are not going well the way they used to go well, because the government fail, the upper class, the lower class, and the middle class, they are all failing us.
At times, if you can't meet these things, you are not happy.
Because even the Bible says that the man that cannot take care of his family is worse than an infidel.
You try to rationalize and try to find a way out. But what it has done is that you now begin to develop an aspiration to meet these things as they come. You try to look for more source of income. You try to do other things in order to meet up.
For you to have made up your mind that you want to have a family simply means that you are ready to take care of whatever responsibility that comes out of it as a man.
It's either you deliver or check out. You just have to do something. You can find a job. You can do another business. You just have to, because there is no way of your getting around it.
If the man that is always do that, if you don't have, he will explain and you have to cope with him. Till they have, you don't pressure him.
You just have to make effort to be able to see that these things are provided for. A man who cannot provide for his family is worse than an infidel.
Oh my God, wasn't that awesome? Aren't you going to agree with me that those men or ladies interviewed how they actually spoke your mind? Okay, fine. If they did, we can subject that to a form of discussion with our panelists here today, or should I say our discussants, so that we can get into the integrity of what today's show is all about, okay? You've listened to some of them. Some said, well, the Bible says if you don't provide for your home, you're worse. than an infidel, okay? Some say the pressure of having to, pay house rent, provide meal, house, provide accommodation, and what have you. It's such an awesome task. In fact, I had a young man said, it's hard.
Yes.
It's hard. What do you have to say about that? Let's start with the pastor.
They have just spoken the mind of a man out there. A man who is expected to provide, get accommodation, buy a car, build a house, meet extended family needs, is internally, this is the reason why I read of recent in one of the social media that men die early. That the prayer, by the time they have done all this and the children are settled, it's now you and your wife, they got sick.
Okay, let's just take a pause out there. You can actually call in now. Okay, we want to hear from you. You have a voice. Tell us how you feel as a man. And don't forget the question that is dangling that will credit your phone with 10,000 naira. Okay, it's just to complete the word K-high. Complete it. We want to have your answer. It's important. And then, of course, the second runner-up would have 5,000 naira, and the third one would have 3,000 naira credit on your phone. This is still Mama Helen and you. What do you have to say concerning that? I mean, okay, should we say women seem to be expecting so much from the men?
Yes.
As a psychologist, by the way, she is a psychologist.
Women expect so much from the men. Yeah. Even from the Bible, responsibility have been laid on the woman through the man. So it just plays out in our day to day. So when, for example, a lady is getting married, it is expected that all her responsibilities are passed over to her husband, which is the man.
Yes.
And so it is necessary that the society just looks at her and say, you have a husband, so don't disturb us. Go meet him so that he can take care of you.
I know what you're talking about. I guess, it's natural. I'm sure fathers can't wait for their daughters to leave home and say, thank God.
It's over.
At least this one is gone. He's now your responsibility, man. But let's look at this very critically. Aren't we seem to be losing out on something here? Because a job assignment is different for the emotional aspect of things when we talk about the effects of societal pressure on the male folk. Shouldn't we differentiate that? Because women also have a job assignment as well. And they cannot say that 9 months of carrying pregnancy is an easy thing. Maybe a man should give it a try. and have your tummy stuck up with a child for 9 months and then having to go through the rigors of pain, during the delivery. I mean, it's excruciating, it's incredible. So women also have their own part to play. They have responsibilities to do or to cater for, whether as a wife or as a sister or what have you. Okay, so I want a differentiation, okay? The productivity aspect of a man and the emotional aspect of a man. How do we go about that?
Actually, in the society,
because then when we realize, when a man gets to understand that, well, he's a man, so his role, is to be a provider, a this, a that. Okay, fine. So he knows that. But it's the emotional torture of it. The emotional torture of it, that it is extremely important, because when he has the understanding and then he does not think that he has to be, hypothetically, to be respected, he has to be harsh, he has to be tough, he has to be brash, he has to be all the things expected, and some of these things actually also creep into marriages, because then the man goes into marriage and he feels that the only way he can be a man He used to be bullied. Everybody around. He bullies the wife. He bullies the children. He bullies the cook. He bullies everybody in the house. So he becomes a lion. This one runs to this guy. Once you hear pam, 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 everybody dives under the chair. I remember growing up, okay, because my father was a disciplinarian. He was a disciplinarian. So when daddy is out, it's like, oh, daddy is out. We can easily go to mommy. We can easily do certain things and all that. But when we pam 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 pam, everyone, you just see people running. This one would die for this answer. That one would die from that head and all that stuff.
Hello, good afternoon, Mama.
Is that the right way?
No, ma. Even
to be a man.
Yes. Even this prayer that we're talking about.
Don't forget the productivity aspect of a man and the emotional.
Yes. It's easier carried when together with the person that you are carrying it, understand and encourage you. I once counseled a couple that came to me and they've been having disagreement. The husband says, every time I pay school fees, my wife does not appreciate it. Even though she didn't know where the money is coming from. That all I am expecting from her is, oh, my husband, thank you.
Thank you.
He said that will go a long way to make me want to do more because I know somebody is appreciating it. So I think the area of prayer on productivity and emotional will be reduced if those you are doing it for.
Hello, how are you? Thanks for calling in. It's such a pleasure. This is still Mama Helen and you. Please go ahead and talk with us. And we'll probably also want to know you, please. May we please know you? Oh dear. Okay, go on calling. Okay, we're here. We'll be very much happy to hear what you have to say concerning today's program. Okay, please go ahead, please. Talk to us. This is still Mama Helen and you. Hello, go ahead and talk to us, please.
Thank you so much, Mama. Good afternoon, Mama.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure. May we please know you?
All right, I'm Michael. I'm calling from Lokoja.
Oh, fantastic, Michael. Please talk to us.
Right. Okay, so I basically just called to say something about the pressure on me as a man right now. So I feel like I have a particular routine on and it's boxing me in because there is no time for myself. I have to always make sure that there's something on the table for the family. I have to at every instance double whatever effort I put in just to make sure that I have to meet up with the targets set for me by the family and then live up to the standards and the expectations. So the pressure is intense. It's actually very much it's intense.
Yes.
And then again, the answer to the question that you asked earlier, I feel that the word should be king because K-I-N-G, because we were made in the image and likeness of God. And
pardon?
God
can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat what you just said?
I said, I feel the answer to the question is K-I-N-G because we as men.
The answer to the question is
king. K-I-N-G.
G. K-I-N-G. G. Okay. K-I-N-G. Okay. Nice try. Nice try. Go ahead. Yes. Hello? Okay, we don't seem to be hearing you. You were telling us about what your responsibilities have been as a man to your family and how it can be so discouraging, at the home front. Okay, fine. In a moment, we're going to be looking at how we can actually manage things as men. So, the next question therefore is, what are the emotional, psychological, and physical effects of society's pressure on men?
Okay. The emotional and psychological on men of prayer is immense. Of recent, we heard of a doctor who was Chauvin-driven at Tom Mainland Bridge in Lagos, who just came down and jumped to the ocean to commit suicide because they eventually...
So they are suicidal.
Suicidal.
Men can be very suicidal when they are under this kind of pressure.
The pressure also leads into stealing.
So
a lot of stealing is being done.
Any other? Okay, our psychologist here. What do you have to say concerning that?
It
What
can
are the
lead
effects?
to, first of all, anger.
Anger.
Anger to yourself
and to everyone
and
around.
to any other person generally. Then it can also lead to depression.
Depression.
Once there's depression, it leads to suicide.
Being aggressive?
Being aggressive is one of them. Being emotional, socially withdrawn.
Emotional outburst?
Yes.
Okay.
Socially withdrawn, you cannot, because you are not meeting up to expectation, you tend to, you don't socialize any longer because you feel...
You withdraw.
You withdraw
from everybody because you think you are underperforming.
Exactly.
Okay? And, everyone seems to be expecting so much from you, and even though you do so much, you still feel with it. You feel insecure. You feel that you haven't done enough.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, if you are not also meeting up to the results that other people expect from you.
Yes.
For example, you want to confirm conformity to the ethics or whatever is happening. People expect that as a man.
Peer pressure?
Exactly. You are supposed to do like this because you are in this group. You meet up to that expectation. And so when you are not meeting up to it, it brings you down psychologically.
It brings you down psychologically. The list are endless. We can just go on talking about the effects.
You age prematurely.
Drastically.
Age prematurely and health challenges.
Exactly.
In fact, it contributes.
High blood pressure.
Exactly.
All sorts of, because you're having sleepless nights.
Exactly.
The madam with the night says, "Oh, girl, no food for house today."
Even in the night, some cannot perform.
Some men even run.
Yes.
There was a time I think I was counseling a couple, and the man said, "Do you know how I deal with my wife? Once there is no food at home, before she opens her mouth to ask for money, I'll start screaming and shouting on her." What are you trying? What is that? To escape. And when he's done bullying, he picks his back and takes to his heel. He takes
pretending
to his
as if he's angry.
Yes, that he's angry. When in the real sense of it, he's not really angry, but he's just acting. He's forming. He's forming. Okay. I think, what do we then do? Because this is very important. You can still call in. The last caller said K-I-N-G. Okay? That's the full alphabet.
Hello, good afternoon.
For K-I. For K-I. Okay? So, well, please still go on. Let us know what the answer is. We can't wait to hear.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Talk to us wherever you are. And may we please know you?
My name is Tony. I'm calling from Akure.
Oh, dear God. All right. I think I know this very Tony. This very Tony is my son. This one is Dr. Tony Jimo.
Eka Soma.
So I got it. Also, Kaso, how are you?
I'm very blessed, ma.
I won't call. How is your wife?
She's doing well, ma. She's doing well, ma.
I'm sure some people will be wondering, say, my God, you mean this woman speak Yoruba? Yes, so originally Yoruba, even from Ekiti Papa. Wow. Before I became a Delta. Okay, go ahead, Toyi.
All right, ma. I want to direct this question to the clinical psychologist on the set.
Okay.
How should a man express his emotion when he's down, when he's depressed, and everybody out there is expecting him to man up? Because I feel if he keeps bottling in the situation and bottling in the problem, it might lead to serious depression. Okay, so how should a man express his emotion so that it doesn't cause problem in his marriage?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. One of the ways you can express your emotion is to talk about it. Don't keep quiet, and don't feel talking about it will bring you down, will belittle you. No. Get somebody you trust enough to talk about your problems, or you can talk to your pastor, somebody you admire that can actually give you solutions. Apart from talking about it, you can cry. Crying relieves a lot of tension. We call it catharsis. When you cry out, it relieves you. So nobody should tell you you are a man, don't cry. Please, when it is necessary to cry, cry. Put yourself together and then face the challenge. That way you will do a great deal, and then you'll be able to forge further with whatever challenges you are going through.
I think what our psychologists have been able to tell us here is the import of communication. Yes, please, talk with us. This is a lady. Talk to us, lady. Talk to us. We can't wait to hear you. Will we please know you? All right, I think the line went off. Okay, I mean, beautiful question right there. You know, I've been trying to get us to separate the productivity aspect and the emotional aspect, because it's a great pressure on men. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Go ahead and could you please stay away from your television set and what have you, or at least bring down the volume so that we can hear you clearly.
I'm not in front of my television set, Mama.
Okay, can you raise your voice up a little, please?
Okay, I will. Good morning, Mama.
Good morning.
My name is Tosan, and I'm calling from U.S., Michigan.
Oh, you're calling from the States?
Yes, from Michigan.
From Michigan. Awesome. Thank you very much for watching the program. Please go ahead and talk to us.
Yes. I wanted to ask a question.
Please go ahead.
We're talking about depression on men. What about the side of the woman? Like if you met somebody for a while and the person keep pushing, and you try to communicate, but the person does not want to communicate. You know, what do you do?
What do you do? Okay, so the man is aggressive. He is not listening here, and he's bottled up and all that. Exactly what the psychologist was actually attending to a while ago. Communication is key. Communication in everything. When it comes to conflict resolution or anything at all in life, you cannot step out of communication. Communication helps to hear both parties. It gives an opportunity for you to be able to know how each party is feeling. Because if you don't know, how would you be able to address that person's feeling? I think the greatest challenge we have is that traditionally, some men believe that their wives have no say. You know, they have no right to talk to them. I mean, in fact, they don't even have a feeling. They don't even have a feeling at all. So they should jettison the way they feel and only just respond to the way they feel, you know. But that is a one-sided kind of relationship. You know, a relationship takes two at least. It takes two. Yes, it takes two at least. It could go beyond. I'm not talking about marriage now. The going beyond is when it's platonic. But when we're talking about husband and wife, it takes two. Okay? And so if it takes two, then it is expected that the woman should be allowed to express the way she feels. Vice versa. The man should also be able to. So how do we get to ensuring? And that's the question I'm going to ask the man now. The pastor who is here, and later on the psychologist. How do we get a man, excuse me please, so have a sit down round table talk, you know, with their wives?
It's a very, very easy thing. All men wants to listen.
Most men.
All men want to listen to their wife. Some are blessed with a woman who wants to listen also. But there are some people that they are listening to pick your word, to use it back in a defense manner. So when
Pastor, am I to think that you're trying to defend what you do?
No. No, I've been counseling for 36 years.
The reason, because I want that. You see, you're talking about what a woman might do, but what we're looking at now, and please, I'm not trying to commonize what you're saying, but how do you get a man
To talk.
to talk?
That's where I'm going.
Okay, how
That's
do you
where
get a
I'm
man
going.
to talk? Because you see, you can't say all men. I think that is too much. It's
Okay.
too general.
Okay.
You know, you can say some men.
Okay.
Listen, some, you know, in Africa, some men don't believe that a woman have a say. You know, and we have to be very honest about that. It is real. You know, there's no parity. It is a fact. Some men don't believe that a woman have something to say, you know, in any matter at all, because he feels as the man that, you know, society seems to have told him, you know, that in order for him to be the man, you know, in the family, he has to be ruling. Like, what would be the best word? He has to be ruling. Now, there's a difference between providing leadership, quality leadership, and then becoming a ruler.
Boss. Yes, a boss.
You know, a boss. You know, somebody who is a boss is dictating. Do this. Wash the plate. Sweep the floor. I'm going out. In fact, don't ask me where I'm going. Don't ask me when I'm going to come back. Don't ask me who I met. You know, ask me for what I'm eating. That's it. Okay, bye. Okay, if he tries to say bye, then you have scored a goal. So you have them. And then you have some men, you know, who have a listening ear. And may I just say to you men, every woman wants to marry a man that does what? Have a listening ear. In fact, one of the things that will make a woman to opt to marrying a man is when she feels that, oh, I can be heard. But it does happen. During the courtship time, the man can spend 10 hours.
That's where I'm going, man. That's where I'm going. That for a man to want to become a dictator at home, at what point did he start? Because between the period that they met, they were in courtship.
Don't you think that he was pretending because he wants to get a woman?
It's
Psychologist,
psychologist,
please. The man is defending his position. Yes.
I think it is necessary to start educating the boy child.
The boy, beautiful.
That is where you can now build him up to become what he will become in the future.
The orientation needs to change. He needs to know that him engaging with his wife does not make him less.
Exactly.
After all, he has a ball as a woman. He has colleagues as women. And if he can interact with them, then he must also be able to interact with his wife. So the best thing is for him to change that thought pattern that makes him think that sitting down with his wife makes him look small. Then we also have the other aspect of this. Okay? Outside influence.
Yeah.
When they see two people who seem to be in agreement, working together, doing things together, speaking the same language and all that, then they start pulling the man aside and say, are you a woman rapper? Is something wrong with you? You should be the one to, you know, and all that stuff. And over time, when the man tends to listen for a long time, he will start acting the script, you know, as well. So, orientation, that's number one. Number two.
Number two is influence. Where does he have his influence from? Some friends they keep can ruin or make that person.
Yes, please. I think there's a lady calling as well. There's a lady that's calling. All right, what do you have to say? May we please know you? Go ahead and talk to us. This is okay. It went off. Okay, so
some relationships can make you influence on the man. When you have a positive influence over you, it helps to make you a better man at home. But when you have a negative influence, just like you said, somebody will tell him, are you a woman rapper? Why are you talking with her? I know of a man that once he gets home, he's somebody else.
Everything changes.
He said, no, if I don't behave like this woman will not respect me. But when he's outside, he's somebody else. So you cannot correlate the two characters, outside and inside.
Hello?
So the influence he's getting, because his friends tell him, if you don't behave like that, she will not be subject to you. But if you behave rudely to her, you're aggressive to her, she will obey you.
Yes, please. So sorry. I got taken by what as psychologist seems to be saying, and it makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then you went off. Okay, keep trying, never stop trying. What would be the thought? Yes, you're quite right. You know, bad influence is a major factor, because then you are told why. Okay, at the very beginning, all right. Okay, the courtship kind of lovey-dovey enters into the beginning of the relationship. So the communication might, it might not even. Maybe by the time she gets in, then everything tends to change immediately. Then it becomes something else. But some might even try to nurture the relationship to a point until it starts getting the outside influence that you have just mentioned. Yes, go ahead.
We'll also talk about mentoring. Who does the man look up to? There are people that look up to their mentors, and their mentors' behavior and character is not what it's supposed to be. So if, for example, I have a mentor that does not treat his wife well, and that is the person I aspire to be like, I tend to behave like him
as well.
And so when I get home, I'll do the same thing. But if you have a mentor also that you aspire to be like, and his relationship in the home is sweet and different, you want to also behave that way. So it's
so how do we finally get a man to sit down and communicate? Because you know, the woman, I'm sure right there in the US, to her she's still thinking, how am I going to, I've done everything to try and get this man to talk with me, but he's never going to. There's another caller there. Okay, please talk to us. We're all here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please. I'm calling from Warren.
Oh, from Warren. Isn't that awesome? Please may we please know you.
Yeah. From the program, I can see that the pastor is not allowed to speak. I really would love to hear the side of the men.
Well,
because I think he was trying to make a comment, and somehow he was oversat. So, but please, I think we need to give him some audience, let him speak out, because we need to know what the minds of men are.
Okay, I'm the one in charge of the show, and I pilot this show. So thank you very much indeed. When the time is right for any of our discussants to say a word, I will definitely make sure they do. What I would want to do as the one navigating this is to make sure that the audience get the right information, because that is the only way we can come out of some of the pressures that we're facing. I hope you would understand, you will bear with me, the caller. You didn't give us your name because you know what you were going to say. But thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. So go ahead, psychologist.
To get the man to talk, we need to encourage them to read and read. Exposure is very, very important. Once you are exposed to things the way other people have gone through the same process which you are about to, it helps you to handle a situation correctly.
Hello, how are you? May we please know you? Please, the order of the day is for us to at least know who we are on the line with. That would help greatly, just like you've known me. So may we please...
My name is Jubilee.
Okay, Jubilee, it's a pleasure, Jubilee. Go ahead and talk to us.
I called to complete the word KI.
Okay, you want to complete the word KI?
Yes, I want to complete the word KI.
Okay. Please give us the answer.
The word, kindness.
Okay, okay. That's a very good trial. That's a very good. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Please note every caller so we know. Okay. So I am intentionally getting the psychologist because we all need to know. She's a psychologist. She's not just a woman. She was trained by this. When couples have situations, the best thing to do is to go to a psychologist who will be able to hear from both parties and be able to provide the right answer to it. Yes, go ahead.
So apart from reading books to be educated more, you have what we called therapy sections, where we have family counseling, and couples are made to talk about their experiences. They learn from one another.
Okay.
This one's experience will be different from this other one. By the time you have the same group of people with the same problem coming together, talking about their issues, it makes them realize that talking about some of these issues at home goes a long way. That way the man can.
I love what you have just said, and now I'm not going to the pastor. So the man tends to bottle in or bottle up his emotions, the way he feels, because that's how he was brought up. Okay? During the courtship era, the tendency is there for him to open up and talk, okay, because he wants to get a woman, okay, a particular woman in mind. And he knows that one of the ways to do that is to have a listening here. But now the deal is cast. So the woman is at home. She's now a wife, okay? And then, so he sits in and feels, okay, fine. All right, now I need to take on my position as the head of the family. And for me to be able to do that, I need to maintain a particular way, okay? Don't you think there seems to be a misconception in that behavior?
Yes, definitely. We have men, just like you said, we have men that over some times they have built up a kind of attitude and character and some kind of norms concerning relationship with women. But what I was trying to say the other time was not that I was trying to defend the position of men.
Okay.
I was only trying to say that during the courtship, we have men who can deceive in order to get a woman. The majority may not be so. When you have made up your mind to have a home with a woman, it takes some time for men to make up their mind. They are looking at a woman that they want to make home with, that can raise children with.
True.
So for that reason, the position, the relationship, while they were doing this together,
yes,
at one point it changed. What caused it?
Okay.
That is the question we should ask.
Okay.
Most of the time, women also, I've been on counseling for 36 years as a pastor. Women also, they also tend to come in, some, not all, they also tend to come into a relationship and say, now I am the madam of home.
Okay.
So if a man, including the side of the women also, if a man knows that I have a listening ear or in my wife, we are ready to talk, always. We are always ready to talk. And like I said the other time, you remember I said that both the issue of responsibility and emotion, the emotion will be easily carried. All the aggressiveness will go down when you know that somebody appreciates the little you are able to put into that relationship.
Okay. The productivity aspect,
yes,
and I'm so glad, because that has to be divided. The aspect of the man being able to provide and so on, yes, okay, the woman must be appreciative. You must be appreciative of the man's effort. And it's vice versa. The man too must appreciate the aspects that the woman is bringing in, whether it is making sure that the home front is well taken care of, or she's, she's been able to give you 10 bouncy baby boys, and so on and so forth. It has to be appreciative on that. Because it's vice versa.
Exactly.
Sometimes when we think that it's a one-sided thing, then it becomes a problem. We must never underrate or undervalue whatever each party is bringing to the table.
Exactly.
You know, because it's one home front.
Yeah.
Okay?
And one life.
And one life. It's not two lives here. One life. If the man sings, the woman sings with him.
Exactly.
You know, and vice versa. So it is always important, you know, to have that. But the challenge, which is the effects now of societal pressure, is the upbringing aspect of things that we really need to look into. Okay?
Yes.
To ensure that, see, man, don't feel that you need to act to be a man. Just be you. I guess that's what we're trying to say here. Just be you. I know that society has, you know, I must have told you that you are this, you are that, you are that, you are that. And so you are so pent up. You know, you heard what the psychologist said, that in one of our sessions, okay, the man, when he's at work, he's a different man. He's nice to everybody. But when he gets home, he becomes a different person entirely. Because maybe when he was getting married, the daddy or an uncle or whoever he looks up to sits him down to say, okay, now you are getting married, so take charge of your home. As soon as you open the door, start for me. Start for me. Start issuing out orders. Start doing this. The woman agrees and says, start, you know. And he feels that is the only way he can get this woman. But let me tell you, women respond to, okay, if I say this now, I'm going to give out the answer to this question. So let me look for another one. Okay, women respond to the way they are treated.
That's true.
Okay? I'm telling you, see that a woman, sometimes it's not about money. Men think that you just need to have a fat bank account to be a man in your home. It's not true.
Yeah.
If it is Gary that you can provide, if the Gary, you know, if she can drink it in peace, she will prefer that than for you buying her gold and diamond and you don't give her rest of mind. You know, she has to constantly be on her toes. You know, some women will literally be checking.
Some even develop hypertension.
Hypertension, all sorts of things. Why? Because the man is constantly forming. So, good. How do we get the femininity? Because in every woman, there is a man.
Yes.
And in every man, there is a woman. In a moment, we will answer that aspect of it. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, Mama Gitema. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Nice voice.
It's a pleasure connecting to you, Mama.
It's a pleasure. My pleasure is also
my name is
my brother.
Mrs. Tekena from Bielsa State.
It's a pleasure. Please go ahead.
Mommy, I want to take my view from the courtship.
Okay.
The number one question we should be asking is that, were they true to themselves? Was the courtship built on truth or lie? If it was built on truth, falsehood, maybe they are talking, but they were not talking because everybody was lying to one another. So by the time they want to talk, it is too late to talk because it was built on falsehood. So let's check this thing. Were they true to themselves? Or they thought they were talking, but it was just falsehood all true?
Well, you know, I think I submit to that. Yes, go ahead.
So, Mama, we should look that if two people from the beginning of the courtship were telling themselves lie, no third party can influence them negatively. But if they were the courtship from the inception were based on lies and anything, anybody can still come and tell you lie and you can still work with it. No matter how well your parents taught you, how well you were groomed in the house, because we've seen couples that the parents are very happy, but because the relationship was based on falsehood, they are having issues. So, number one, let them be real to themselves. Sit down. Sir, I lied on this part. Ma, I lied on this part. Then they can rebuild it afresh. But if it will continue on this falsehood, Mama, there will be always issues in as much as marriage is concerned. Thank you. God bless
Thank you very much for the contribution. In fact, I believe in what you have just said, and that's true. Because most of the conversation, if we must be honest with ourselves, during the courtship is based on "I love you, Toronto." You know, I love you to I love your nose, I love your teeth. And sometimes you have said it, you said I love you so many times on phone that you are short of words, you don't know what to say again. So you are both breathing back on each other. And this is why I always advocate the need for the young people, okay, to always seize every opportunity to communicate, because during courtship is when you can really get to know each other very well, okay? And it comes not by living together, you know, as husband and wife, no. It is true communication, asking questions. Who are you? What do you like? Like I was telling a young lady, I said, if a young man, you know, treats you well, and when he goes out with you to a restaurant, everything, and all he does is to bully everybody around, you know, the person serving him cup talks down on them. My dear, you are going to have a taste of it by the time you get married to me. Because that's his real self. He is just pretending to get you in. You know, so these are some of the things we need to know. Or if you have a lady who, after taking out, you know, to eat, and she takes everything in the menu, you know, she has opened then she crosses to back, and then she asks for salad, and the whole table is filled up with things. Oh dear God. By the time she gets home, she's going to empty your wallet and get you to steal as well. So, I mean, so these are some of the things, character traits, you know, that has to be addressed. Hence my initial question, you know, dividing the roles. Because, you know, the aspect, the productivity, the person, the responsibility aspect of a man or woman, and the way they feel. Because I think if the way they feel can be worked on. Let me use the word worked on. Okay, if the soul is damaged, then it will affect every aspect of life. But if that soul is healed, a man who probably was molested sexually, damaged growing up, he's looking for somebody else to also damage as well. And he will do everything to make sure he gets into that habit, because that's what he was exposed to. So I'm going to go back to the psychologist, because the psychologist must know what we need to do. How do we make a man whole? So that he can be whole as a husband, as a father, as a friend, as a staff, as a businessman, as everything. They need that. They want a solution. They are yearning for it. I can tell. They want to be whole.
First of all, we learn to appreciate the men, even with the little they do. We must not expect too much from them.
Very good.
Once they are able to do that little, thank you, I appreciate it. He said when there's somebody that once they pay school fees, she will not even say thank you. But you don't know how that money came about, and you don't know the stress he must have gone through. But just to say thank you
will go a long way
in
making that man feel good.
Exactly.
And somebody says, well, Mama, every time he wants to buy me things, he buys me nonsense. So I don't know how to even say thank you. And I'm saying, sweetheart, the effort is what matters.
Yes.
It's not really the content or the items. Hello, talk with us. Let us hear you.
Hello?
Hello, please go ahead and speak with us. We can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I just want to ask a question, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Okay. What about you are dating a lady and you are showing the lady a love, and maybe the parents of that lady, they are the problem of the marriage?
Okay, I didn't quite get the question. If anyone gets it in the studio, please let me know. Or otherwise, can you repeat the question again, please?
Okay, you are about to marry a lady.
Okay.
And the parents of that lady are the problem of the marriage. They don't want the marriage to work.
Okay. How? Can you give us an example?
they are like this. They are complaining. Say, you are a Christian and my daughter is this. I don't understand if they are just complaining today. They'll bring another issue today.
Are you not a Christian?
They are a Christian. I don't understand.
No. I say, are you not a Christian? Because you say they are complaining. My daughter is a Christian. Okay, you're a Christian. Okay, so are you exhibiting the kind of character that is very inimical to what you profess as a Christian? Okay, because we need to understand if the girl's parents, if they seem to be complaining, let's be sure of what they are complaining about. That is number one. Then number two, how is it possible that they are getting to know what is going on at home that is getting them to be complaining? So there are some issues that needs to be looked into right there, so that we'll be able to have a great understanding regarding your question. If there are things that if there are some things you are acting out that is very inimical, that does not, depict Christianity or who you profess, then maybe you need to work on it. However, I would also advise that we don't already take everything that goes on at home to our parents, because if they do, if we do rather, that could create a lot of problems, because it will be difficult for us to be able to go back to them and tell them it's no longer like that anymore. And so that's a big problem right there. We have to be very mindful of that. Okay? There's an aspect here that I want us to touch on, because you see, every man has an ego.
Yes.
Come on. Every man has, and that's what makes a man. Okay? You didn't marry a woman, you married a man. So the man is constantly asking for respect. Isn't that important to a man?
Yes. I have always, anytime I have an opportunity to minister to couples, I've always said that it is wrong for a man to expect honor from the wife.
Okay.
And it is wrong for a woman to tell the husband, you must love me.
Okay.
God has given the man the role. Automatically, just go ahead and love your wife, irrespective of her shortcomings.
Act on the
word of God.
Awesome.
Let the woman act on the word of God. In a short time,
things
they will blend.
normalize. Exactly. Oh, I love that. But there is a process, isn't it?
Yes.
Because that's the greatest challenge we have. You say, act on the word. So you go another, I'm standing on the word. And I've actually literally, I've seen someone saying that I want to act on the word. I want to watch me. Everybody watch me. Put down the Bible on the floor and stood on it and said, I am acting on the wall. So there's a need for us to break that down, so that you'll be able to understand what. Yes, please go ahead and talk to us. Yes, talk with us. We want to hear you. Good day, good day, and good day. May we please know you?
I'm Shini, you're calling from Jigawa State.
Jigawa. Oh my God, that's awesome. Please go ahead and talk to us.
Now, I want to ask the question that you raised.
Okay. Go ahead.
K-I-N-G.
Pardon?
K-I-N-G.
K-I-N-G. All right then. Thank you so very much, Judy. It's a pleasure that you even tried attempting it. It's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so back to where we were. Okay, we said a while ago that there is a female.
Breaking it down.
Oh, breaking it down.
Yes.
So I want to link it up.
Okay.
There is a female in the man,
yes,
and there is a male in the woman.
Yes.
Okay, so if we know that, how do we make a man to function?
Okay.
Understanding, because in breaking it down, to act on that word that says, husband, love your wife, and wife, submit. What kind of process?
Even in that Ephesians chapter 5, the way is there already.
Yes.
the man is told your wife is your body. You nourish your body. You can't hurt your body. So the love you put into taking care of your body, the same thing for your wife.
For your wife. Beautiful.
And the woman has been told, whatsoever you want to do, once you are submitting, see that you are submitting to the Lord, not the man.
That's it.
See the man, the Lord in the man.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
with just these two ways,
Okay.
things will soon normalize.
Fantastic. That's a very good one. Then the other aspect of this that I want us to look at is that if there is a female in a man, then there is a softness in a man.
Definitely.
There's an aspect of a man that is soft, that is kind, that is wonderful, that is beautiful, that is glorious, that all it takes is for the man to consult in order to be a man. Instead of him thinking that in order to be a man, he has to form. He has to be a bully. He has to constantly scream and shout. Okay? He needs to consult that aspect in him. If he's able to consult that, believe you me, then it will mean that when he knocks, when he's at home and the wife opens the door, let me simplify. The next thing is that consulting that aspect of him will not allow him walking and say, whoa. And drags his suitcase in and all that and start behaving in a funny way. But his ability to consult. His ability to consult. And that is the tenderness that God expects. That's why God says she is a weaker sex. Then for a woman, just like you said, there is a part of that woman too that is manly. And how does she ensure that she constantly submits to her husband? Is to understand that a man loves respect. The way a man sees love is in you showing him respect. When you show him respect, because you are trying to relate with the man that you also, have a part of, it helps the man to be able to make things work between both of you. I just felt we needed to look at that, as well. Okay, there are other things that we need to look at, because so now, the man doesn't even know what to do now because he's not used to communicating. The lady said. Okay, please.
Can I just add? Constantly, I always let them know that a damaged man damaged somewhere in the past.
Got damaged.
Got damaged in the past.
Good.
If we can trace, if a woman can be patient enough to trace the cause and lovingly speak to the man, you will remove that pain and the healing will take place. And from that moment, you have your husband.
Praise God. That's awesome. We have just heard that. There is no rule and fast one in every situation, but what we do is to see our very best to see how we can make things happen. Okay, how do we speak to the young ones? Like the older man said, it's hard. It's hard to be a man because then I have to make sure I provide. I am the provider of the house. I have to provide security. I have to do everything. Oh my God, I have to look for a job. And when I get home, my wife says, where is money? I'm tired of telling stories. You have that. Yeah. What do we do to help both old and young? Because they're all going through the same.
It has to start with our institutional change. Mental reorientation of the parent, totally.
Good. Just like what the psychologist said.
Yes, I have 3 of them.
Okay.
A male and 2 girls.
Okay.
And I have always let my wife know that we are not just raising our children, we are raising somebody else's husband tomorrow.
Please help me clap for wherever you are. Clap for our pastor. That's awesome.
We are also raising these girls to be somebody else's wife. let us do the bit we can do so that the person tomorrow
will not be cursing and say, oh my God, Tori, your Lord, mother, why did you say that? Oh God.
Exactly.
That's
But institutional change.
Institutional change.
It
We go a long way. So it starts from home. I guess that's what we've heard. And we've heard it from the psychologist, and our pastor is also emphasizing on that. So the man is damaged. Everybody is damaged because the man is damaged.
Exactly. Man.
And so how do we heal them now? They are damaged. We can't leave them like that. We need to heal them. They must be healed today. What do we do to bring the man back to himself? I think for me, I would just start by saying that, hey man, you're a man. I thank God that I'm not a man. I thank God that I'm not a man. I thank God that I'm a woman, okay? But you are a man. You are the crown over the head of that woman. You know, take your responsibility in good stride. Know fully well that that's the position that God has put you in. And you know, in order for you to function very well and powerfully in that role, consult with the woman that God has blessed you with if you're married. Okay? Don't think you need to form. Be yourself. Relax. You are too much under pressure.
Yes,
you think you need to please everybody. You need to please your wife. You need to please you need to give them impression of what you are not. And that pressure is weighing you down. It's killing you.
Yes.
It's about time that you walk out of that. Okay? Walk out of that and be yourself. Don't steal because you want to please your wife or any family member. Don't do what is unnecessary of you. When you need to smile, smile. And just like the psychologist said, when you need to smile, smile as well. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. So keep smiling, keep rejoicing, keep celebrating, keep on keeping on, okay? And be the best that you are. And of course, we're going to be back in a moment because our psychologists will actually look at the word healing. Healing. Healing for the men. It is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria. And guess what? Guess the person who is coming right now? Perfect Judge. He is bringing a word through music to each and every one of us. And I can tell you, you'll be mightily blessed. So don't touch the dial, okay? Don't go away. We'll be right back. Mama Helen and you.
Impacting word, it's your time to receive.
You've got to learn how to put your praise upon everything that you're going through, because your praise is stronger than everything that you will ever go through. Come on! Rising now, it won't be late. I won't delay in giving my praises, because you deserve it all. With all my heart and all my sound, I pour it out. I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. Rising up, it won't be late. I won't delay in giving my praises. Oh yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. Oh yeah, I pour it out. I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. I put my praise on it. Upon all my teeth and pain. I put my praise on it. Upon all my teeth and sorrow, my praise on it. Upon my depression, I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. That you deserve. I won't delay in giving the praise that you deserve. I will lift up my voice and praise the Lord. I will lift up my voice and praise the Lord. You say, I will lift up my voice and praise the Lord. Oh yeah, I will lift up my voice and praise the Lord. Oh yeah, I will lift up my voice and praise the Lord. Oh yeah, yeah, lift up my voice and praise the Lord. Take it up, you say. But I refuse to go down. He tried to steal my joy, but I'm still praising. He tried to shut me down, but I'm gonna shout some more. I'm gonna put my praise in it. Put my praise in it. You gotta put your praise in it. Put your praise in it. You gotta put your praise in it. Put your praise in it. Is there anybody here that knows what God can do? You gotta put your praise in that. 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 You gotta put your praise in that. Put your praise in that. Oh, my pain, my shame, my sorrows, my pain, my shame, my sorrows, my depression, my fears, my sorrows. Put your praise on that. 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 You gotta put your praise on that. Put your praise on that. Your praise on that. My shame, my sorrows, my pain, my shame, my sorrows, pain, my shame, my sorrows. I'm gonna let it go through the valley of the shadow of death. I never wanna see not a soul will never shine again, never. Another current, I'm the only one left to bring you praise. That's how we. My praise is rising up, it won't be late. Yeah. Oh, my praise is rising up. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Praise on it.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here.
Welcome back. This is still Mama Helen and you, all the way from Warri, Nigeria today. Well, I don't know about you, but I have been mightily blessed. Our guests have been incredible. They have poured out their hearts to us today, and it's been fun. It's been wonderful. I also want to believe that you have gained or learned something during the course of this program. But don't go away. We still have many more things to share with you. again, you have a voice. You can actually call us. We're very much, willing to hear you. Talk to us, because it's a joy to hear from you. For those who have been calling, I learned that our phones are jammed, literally. Don't give up calling. We're still here, and we would like to provide solutions to all those problems that are nagging you. Our men and even our women are getting, the benefits of today's program as well. Even I have learned something already. So we want to address some of the questions that are coming up from the street or our social media. And so Harry from Johannesburg says that, what advice would you give a man whose wife has been pressurizing into depression? In other words, the man is under pressure by his wife. Honey, I need a car. Honey, I need the shoe. There's going to be a party. Honey, I need money. Honey, I need this and that. And the man is completely lost. I don't want him to answer the question. She's a woman. I want her to answer this question so that they can hear from a woman's side. That woman, maybe, perhaps, who knows? Maybe she's watching. That might help her. What do you have to say concerning that?
If the woman has actually asked so much that has led to depression, depression is a mental condition that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
So, I will first of all say, he should seek for help. Get to a therapist. Let's treat the depression.
Okay.
Thereafter, we'll address the issue. For example, after treating the depression, we can now come to the home. By the time we talk with the man, he will tell us what the issue is. Because in our clinic...
So he's told us, hypothetically,
yes,
this woman is putting pressure. Is it okay? Let's be honest here. I'm a woman, okay? Is it okay for a woman to be highly demanding and not understand that, okay, fine, we know that it is the responsibility of the man to provide, to protect, to do this. But must the man go and steal?
That is where communication still plays a vital role. Talk to the woman. This is how much I earn.
I love that.
Once you lay your cards on the table, you talk about it, it goes a long way. But when you are pretentious, you cover everything. She doesn't know. So her demands are far more than your expectations.
Exactly.
So she's bound to seek for more.
Okay. So what we're saying in essence is that don't put too much pressure on the man, okay? Don't go and kill the man. If he's dead now, you can't give him money again. I guess that's what we're trying to say. But in the meantime, be healed. All right? And then communicate, because that's where it starts from. That's what our psychologist has been able to tell us. Don't hide. Okay? Don't pretend. Some men will say, well, if she gets to know what I take home, then she's going to clean my purse. And then I'm saying that because you don't have budgets. There's no budget running in your home. So every penny that comes home, the woman feels that, okay, it's for us to work and die. Hypothetically. It's for us to eat all the money. But if you let the woman know that, hey, sweetheart, with this money, we have to make sure there is food at home, utility in terms of car, mobility, If the children are in school, we need to make sure we cater for that. Health-wise as well is also important. The reason why people depend on others to survive is because they don't have savings. Every penny that comes into their hand, they blow it on one thing or the other. So if the woman knows, and you will say, if you don't have a house, we also need to start saving towards an end. We need to have a roof over our head. If she knows that, she is not going to be putting pressure on you on every penny because now she knows what you earn. But if you are hiding what you earn, and then tomorrow she gets to know that you are spending it on girls, she will bring cutlass. So. She will shave your head. Because then she knows that it's not as if
what should be here, you are taking it out.
You're taking it out. Some men believe in spending money on other people outside of their wives. And it should not be. Charity must be gained from where?
At home.
From home. It starts from your home front. So it is extremely important. Okay, I hope that question is answered. Okay? How best can a man structure his home, especially when his spouse is not prudent in finance management? Well, I think an answer has been given to that, so I think we should skip that. Budgeting, that's what you do. Budget on your income. It's extremely important. When you can do that, see, sometimes people think that you need to have 1 million, 2 millions rolling things to be able to do anything meaningful. It's not true. It's your ability to manage what you have, your resources. Exactly. Most people that you consider as rich, they are people who are wise enough to save and to invest. So if you don't know how to save and invest, you eat into your future. Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's what it is. And you will never be able to have tangible things. You won't be able to build. You will not be able to buy your own. You won't be able to do so many things. Okay, so let's learn from that. Okay, the next question, because we're going to heal the man. Hey, men, we are going to heal you. Amen. God is going to heal you. Amen. And through these wonderful people are discussing today, you get your healing. Amen. And my little me. Okay? Even from birth, we are advised not to break down. Is there a better way to raise our male children? Poor from worry. You know, the pastor was talking about that a while ago. You know, I think all parents are guilty. Yes. Come on, man up. Why are you crying? Men don't cry. And so he becomes very hardened. He has a stone of heart that nothing penetrates. Because growing up, everyone has told him he is not to cry and all that. So what do we do in that sense? Is it not to tell our mothers and our fathers the need for them to change that mindset? So let them know that yes, it's okay to cry when you need to cry. The only thing is that you must not continue to cry forever. That's Otherwise, you develop into something else. But to let out your tension and the way you feel, sometimes borrow the cry is good. Yes. The tears sometimes are important. Okay? And brings healing to your soul. And then the ability to talk about what you are going through as well. Yeah. Like the psychologist said, look for someone you can trust that you can actually dialogue with. Okay, I'm giving the answer. Let me ask our psychologist, okay, or our pastor. Okay, besides what we already know, the need for our parents to change the way the boys and the girls that are brought up at home so that they can live, they can, you know, be their real self instead of forming or trying to be something else that they are not. Don't you also think, wait a minute, you know, we're all very used to, you know, when God speaks in heaven, yay, yay, yay. And so we believe that that's how God communicates with us. We seem to forget that there is a place where it has a still small voice. There are times when it is needed for a man, you know, to exert his voice at home in order to provide order. Yes. There's nothing bad about that. But there are also times when the aspect of you that is soft and gentle needs to come to bear.
Now, in the area of trying to heal our young men and also men that are
the ones that are now men, they have left home.
Yes. Men that
so we can't send them back home and tell daddy and mom retrain. No. Okay. So what do we do?
Now we need to. I keep on saying that we are those of us that are Christian. Yes. We are privileged. We are privileged. Because now we have Christ. Exactly. That we have Christ. The more of Christ you have, the better somebody like me, I'm somebody that I'm always afraid of speaking publicly before. But the more of the Christ in me, the more I become bolder. So the more of Christ in you, the more all these pain-rooted kind of indoctrination are removed. We have to get closer.
We need to unwind. We need to drop all this baggage, right? Exactly. That's what you are saying. Yes. All the things that we've carried, you know, that has become a baggage over the years. We need to drop them and begin to form a new habit, right? Yes. I think that's what I got from what you have spoken, Pastor. Also, thank you. Psychologists, what do you have to say about this?
Also, we talk about the change of negative thought pattern. Okay. For example, You tell yourself.
How do you silence? Sorry, forgive me. How do you silence the third man? How do you silence this third man? What do I mean by that? Because some of this, the pressure we're referring to today, comes from outside influence on the man. You know, they are constantly taught on how to treat their wives. The best way to put her in check is to embarrass her, is to disgrace her. The best way to put her in check is to, you know, shun her forever, you know, and all that stuff. And they think that is the right thing.
It's not working.
And it's not working.
It's not working.
It's not working. Because it's not every woman that you can show that aspect and will start, you know, shaking like a jelly.
The more your attitude and character towards your wife is not what it should be, the more you are toughening her against you.
Exactly.
She becomes toughened.
Exactly.
Because now you can say, so you are like this, okay, fine. Me, I can't be crying every day. Me too, I need to grow up, right?
Exactly.
And face anything that comes your way.
And that's that kind of home.
And that is in turmoil already. It's not the best thing. Okay.
So I was saying, changing of the negative thought pattern.
Yes.
For example, I am not superhuman. I cannot do all things. It is only God that can do all things.
I can't meet all your emotional problems.
So, if you're able to tell yourself that as a man, it goes a long way.
Because men are problem solver, isn't it?
Yes.
A man gets into a situation and he only wants to solve the problem. But the woman says, no, let's talk about it. Don't solve me. I'm not a, you know. Don't, you know.
You are just giving a very vital point to making relationship work and to taking away prayer.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Because most times men don't even know that the woman just needs you to listen, but the man wants to solve. So the man comes and says, okay, tell me the problem. Okay, now, so 1 + 1 equals, I said, no, in the arithmetic of a woman, sometimes 1 + 2 might be 10. So she said, don't solve it, just hear me. And just by you providing a listening ear, you have solved 99.9% of whatever the problem is. That is extremely important. Yes.
Yes, and I can also say, take one day at a time. Once you have a challenge today, face it headlong, get through with it, leave tomorrow to address tomorrow. That way, you will not be pressured.
Can I say this also? For a man or for a woman, there is an inbuilt power in you to fulfill your role, whether as a man or as a woman. You just need to tap into that.
Exactly. You have to reach into it.
You reach into it. Don't say, okay, I'm a man, so I'm just, you know. No. God couldn't have made a mistake to have made you a man. So don't feel pressure into being one. Just ease into your role. Ease into your role. That's who you are. Okay? Oga. Can you imagine? You are the man. Ease into that. And be proud about it. Be relaxed about it. Okay? If your wife is giving you so much pressure that makes you think that you're almost trying to, you know, get into losing your head, sit her down and talk it over with her. Let her know that, sweetheart, do you need me for years, or you just want me around for few? Because if you need me forever, then you have to help me in this area. I understand that I need to provide money. I understand I need to do that, but don't pressurize me into a state of depression and all that, and start comparing, because that's another thing here.
Yes.
When a woman starts comparing, you know, a man with another man, it becomes a problem. Isn't it? Yeah. Then the man will start feeling insecure.
So
we're healing. We're trying to heal, and this is the process we're going through.
Going through the healing process, like I said, take one day at a time. Do the little you can and leave the rest. As much as possible, do the little you can and leave the rest. By so doing, you are good to go and you will not be under pressure.
Do what you can do. Although the Bible says, the Bible tells us that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. However, take it a day. Make it a daily affair. But something here that I need to read from Port Harcourt. And it says, why is it that women are prone to get favored more than men in most situations? And it is Frank from Port Harcourt. Why is it that women get more favored? Okay, well, I don't know. Well, it's your opinion, Frank, because I think women also think that men are more favored. You know, even in the Western world, we still know that men earn more than the women. Yes. Okay, even in the Western world, whether in the Europe, America, anywhere in the world, men tends to have more pay package or better opportunity than women. And one of the reasons is because they believe that, okay, after so months, she's pregnant. She needs to go on maternity. And men don't have any maternity to go to. Okay? They remain at, and then of course the masculinity of them as well also speaks for them, among many other things. All that outside of the fact that traditionally, it is believed that men seems to know better, but that is not true. We're now beginning to know that what a man can do, women sometimes can also do better. But if we're addressing your situation, maybe it is peculiar to you that women tends to be more favored than you whenever you go to to search for a job or one thing or the other. Perhaps you need to prepare yourself better. Okay, prepare yourself whenever you need to go for an interview. Prepare yourself better. I get tired of people just faking it and not expecting that there are certain things they also need to do. Preparation is a factor to success. Success don't just happen. People make it happen. So it's very, very important. Okay? Cross River State, and it is Adefemi. He says, men are more pressured by the society to get married, especially once they cross 40. Even women, in fact, women have that pressure the most. Even when the society will never provide any of their needs. What's your advice for us generally? Okay, I think I'll go to our pastor.
It has been said by my co-discussant that live your life not for anybody. Let your self-esteem rise, build your inner strength, and live your life not to please anybody.
Live your life not to please anybody. Fine. Okay. As parents, if you there are times when we want our children home, but they get to a certain age where we start begging.
Are you not coming to see
Are
me?
you not? Haven't you met a sister? Haven't you met a brother? I want to carry a grandchild. So, society pressure on everyone regarding that. But I think that shouldn't rush you into a wrong relationship. Exactly. I think that's what our pastor, I've tried to say. To saying to you that, don't go and rush into getting married to someone who is an enemy, not a friend. Just because you want to please dad and mom or because you want to please people around you. Look for the right person to get married to. And whether you're 40 or not, God, one day, by God's grace, you will meet with your partner. It's never too late. Okay, never too late. We can go on and on so much today. Okay, and we're going to be looking at all the people that have sent in their answers so far. So, in a nutshell, can you just help me flash that so that we can see who is the winner of today's quiz? 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, we're going to be getting into that. And then, of course, we'll be able to tell you who the winner is. Everybody, I'm sure you're all waiting to know who is going to get this 10,000 naira from me, or 5,000, or
3,000.
3,000. And consolation. Michael from Loco just said, what? King. Okay. Michael from Loco just said, king. Chinedu, I mean, they're doing their best. Okay. Let me ask you this question. I just want you to, in a few minutes, tell us. What would you say to our men? Because they want that healing. And the healing comes from reassurance. It starts with that. They've left their homes, okay? Won't they be advised that maybe they go and sit down with a counselor, a psychologist, if need be, or just by what we're saying today, having a take-home to say, okay, fine, it's not over, okay? That you are a man and you have your responsibility, receive it, but deal with the emotional aspect of you that keeps putting pressure on you to make you form.
Yes.
You know, you are formed right, you know, all through your life, and you're taking it to your marriage, and it's making your marriage, you know, I mean, upside down. So that, and even you are getting closer to your grave. All kinds of sickness and all that because of this unnecessary pressure. What would you say to that young man out there?
I would just tell him that he should know that he has only one life. And that life, if he continue in prayer, he may give it out too soon. So he should get himself, talk to psychologists, talk to pastor, then pray. One of my leaders once told me that if you are having a problem, if you have been praying about it and it's not going, he said, tell the Lord to remove it. So I think prayer also with all other things that has been said, consultation, I mean, meeting people, even testimony from those who have passed through that stage in life can help a lot.
Hallelujah. Well, our pastor have just told us it's not over until you win. It's not over. Don't lose hope. You are a man, and that's a beautiful thing. Walk tall, man. You are the man. Wear the cap. That's who you are, okay? And don't lose yourself, you know, out of societal pressure. You know, just live your life. Be you. Stop for me. Just be you. You are good enough. Be you. And be transparent. Be honest with your spouse if you're married. Let your spouse know your take home. And then together you can build a solid home. Okay? She also has a part to play too. So it's not just a man that's supposed to be bringing everything to the table. The woman too is supposed to do the same thing as well. She needs to assist her husband. And part of you assisting is to give him a word of encouragement sometimes. To be submissive, to be respectful, you know, towards this man. And of course, a bit of understanding as well, knowing where he's coming from. So that together you can build a solid home. Healing, 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 healing. Okay, so let me quickly, we're going to come back to you in a moment, but we want to know who the winner of today's question is that is entitled to win this 10,000. Now, let me tell you, viewers, all the men in this, most of them, let me not say all the men in this studio have been trying to bribe me. I need to tell you now. They've been trying to bribe me to know the answer. Okay? But here you are. You know, you have the opportunity. Michael from Lokoja said king. Blessing said king. Chinedu from Jigawa said king. Go ahead. Jude said kindness. Sunday said king. Stephen said king. Anonymous said king. You know, that's just what it has been. Quite a number of you have come in with the same king, keys, and so on and so forth. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. Dun, 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 dun. So, what is the answer to this question? Jude said kindness. So, Jude is very close to this answer because K-I-N-D is the word we're looking for today. And Jude actually gave the answer. So, kudos to you, Jude. This is the time to celebrate KID. Kind. You need to be kind as a man. That's what makes you who you are. Rule with kindness. Rule with generosity. Be patient. Be loving. And that way, you can actually win the heart of your children, of your spouse, and everyone else around you. Because we already know you are a man. And that's the beauty of it. You are a man. Be one. Okay. Now, so we're going to get Jude. Be expecting your phone to be credited. Let us know how to go about it. If we just need to send in the whatever, be rest assured that you're going to get that before the end of today. Okay. We couldn't get anybody that came second or third. It's not even close at all. But for those who even attempted, okay, the fact that you, pardon? All right. So the producer is trying to tell me something, and I'm not hearing him because I don't know what I got. What? Okay, yes. For those who attempted, and how many are there? 8 that attempted. So you should expect 1,000 naira in your credit line today. Okay? Thank you so much for participating with us. But before we draw the curtain, we want to hear from the psychologist. He needs healing. He can no longer go back home to be tutored again. But he needs to move on. What does he do? He's pressured.
He should also learn from other people's experiences. This man has been put under pressure and he's not doing well. I have been put under pressure and I'm not doing well. Let me drop it and look for alternative routes, alternative way. By so doing, he gets out of the pressure. So learn from experiences. Those that have gone before you, those are in the same shoes with you, and by the time you weigh the two sides and you forge ahead, it relieves you from all manner of pressures.
Okay, you are not the first parent to experience the pressure. Exactly. There are people who are also in it as well, and somehow they've been able to survive. So you too will, okay? So it's not over until you will. You are a man. That's who you are. You have responsibility. But don't forget that one of the ways by which we can, address our responsibilities is by having a goal. Set a goal for yourself. There is nothing bad in you becoming the first millionaire in your home. You can actually make it happen. At least you can provide comfort, okay? Even if you're not that, okay? Be responsible. Get your hands dirty. Look for a job, all right? And don't go beyond your means. Don't spend what you don't have, okay? If you have 10 naira, see how you can manage the 10 naira to suit your home. That will help to dial down the pressure that you are faced with financially. And if it is peer pressure, oh my God, be yourself. Be yourself. Don't stop dancing to the tune of everybody else. There are qualities in you that the world is waiting for. Don't suppress that by imbibing other people's habits. I won't say quality now. Habits that has not taken them anywhere. Okay? Consult yourself, your inner strength. Okay, that reside in Christ Jesus, because it's the hope of your glory. At the end of the day, there is no stopping you. You can be anything God has ordained for you to be on earth. Man, be man. You are a man, you are a king, you are an hero, you are better, you are wonderful, you are glorious.
That's right.
And I celebrate you for just being you. Because without you, we women, all the women out there, you can tell me, will be afraid. We won't know how to deal with things. But the fact that you serve as our protector, you serve as our provider. We celebrate all men out there, wherever you are. Whether you are pushing a truck, we celebrate you. At least you are bringing something to the table. Whatever it is you are doing, you are celebrated. You are appreciated. Take it from us. We love you. We appreciate you. It's not over until you win. That money you are looking for, it will come. Take it easy. It's one day after the other, it shall come to pass. That's what they say. Just be focused. Be transparent in your dealings. Don't deceive your spouse. Don't conform because you need to please your family members, or you need to please your friends, or you need to please anyone around you. Just be you. The you in you is what brought that woman. Don't take out that real you and replace with another and expect an angel. It cannot work. Respond. Give her what she can respond to, and you can be rest assured you will have an angel seated by the God. The small letter G-O-D. After all, God says, ye are gods. Well, it is still Mama Helen and you today. I want to use this opportunity in appreciating Pastor Raphael Olusegun Orisheweyimi Afolabi. Pastor, I've really enjoyed you today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking from your heart, even when I had to go after you, so that we can make sure that our audience gets the right information. You're still ever kind. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We would like to have you more and more and more. You're a good man. And then we have a psychologist, Lauren Orishedere. We really appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for providing solution to some of the questions that have been posted to us today. And then to everyone out there, whether you're a man or a woman, you have a destiny to fulfill. And together, we will get there.
Amen.
So, never stop watching Mama Helen and you. Still on African Broadcasting Network. Do you know even that Mama Helen and you is even airing in the UK as we speak? Because the station in the UK suddenly asked for it. So it's going places, and we thank God for that. It has been your contribution and your help that has helped us to be able to achieve it. So together we stand. Together we forge ahead. Together we make it. Men, be men. Happily. God bless you. Thank you for watching Mama Helen and you. We'll be right back with a better episode. And then, of course, may I also quickly say, now you can also get back to us. Let us know if there are nagging questions or some topics that you would like for us to address. Don't forget to get back to us on it, because we'll be very much happy to address them as well. We just want to make sure you make it in life. And together, we will do that. Thank you again. God bless you, is our prayer.
Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive. Oh yeah, Mama Helen TV show. Mama Helen is here, touching lives, impacting world. It's your time to receive.
Let God Arise 2021. Speakers: Reverend Dr. Ini Akpon, Reverend Sam Usaga, Bishop Abraham Chigbudu, Apostle Joshua Talina, Reverend Donna Dunze Jr., Reverend Ting Basha, Reverend Innocent Ogbe, and Reverend Mike Akindakbo. From the 1st of August to 31st of August 2021, 4:30 p.m. weekdays, Sundays, first service 7 a.m., second service 9 a.m. Chief host Papa Ayo and Mama Helen Orisha Jackford. Happening at Wordfly Bible Church, the International Gospel Center at Jamimoga Road, Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. You don't want to miss this. Let God Arise 2021.